Hello, welcome to my student support system. In today's class, we will discuss about disability. This lecture is in English, and if you want to study in Hindi, just click on I button and you will get link of Hindi lecture. Or you can directly visit to channel My Student Support System. Let us see what is disability. Disability is a condition that makes it difficult for a person to do certain activities effectively. A person is considered to be disabled or have disability if he or she has limitation in the performance of functions in everyday activities. Difficulty in talking, hearing, seeing something, walking, climbing stairs, lifting or carrying objects, performing ADL, doing schoolwork or working at a job. According to WHO, disability is an umbrella term for the impairments, activity limitations, participation restrictions and environmental factors, and the impairment is the loss or abnormality in body structure or physiological functions, including mental functions. The term handicap was used previously to identify those circumstances in which the environment has played a role in limiting the participation of people with disabilities in activities. This is no longer included in the revised WHO classification system of disabilities, that is International Classification of Functioning, Disability and Health 2001. Categories of disabilities. Disabilities can be categorized as developmental disabilities, acquired disabilities and age-associated disabilities. First is developmental disabilities. Developmental disabilities are those that occur any time from birth to 22 years of age, and result is impairment in the physical, mental health, cognition, speech, language or self-care. Developmental disabilities also include congenital anomalies leading to disability. Some developmental disabilities occur as a result of birth trauma or severe illness or injury at a very young age, whereas many developmental disabilities are genetic in origin. Examples of developmental disabilities are spina bifida, cerebral palsy, Down syndrome and muscular dystrophy. Acquired disabilities. Acquired disabilities may occur as a result of an acute or sudden injury such as traumatic brain injury, spinal cord injury or traumatic amputations. Acute non-traumatic disorders such as stroke and myocardial infarction, they can be also included in acquired disabilities. Progression of chronic disorders such as arthritis, multiple sclerosis and blindness due to diabetic retinopathy, they are also included in acquired disabilities. Age-related disabilities. Age-related disabilities are those that occur in the elderly population and are thought to be due to aging process. Examples of age-related disabilities include osteoarthritis, osteoporosis, visual disturbances and hearing loss due to age factor. Now we come to types of disabilities. Types of disabilities are classified in different ways in different countries, but basically they are same. In India, they are clearly described in the notification under the Rights of Person with Disability RPWD Act 2016. So according to this act, first disability is blindness. Blindness is defined as a state of being sightless. It includes any one of the following. Number 1, total absence of sight or visual acuity less than 3/60 in better eyes with best possible correction, or limitation of field of the vision subtending an angle less than 10 degree. Second is low vision. Low vision means a condition where person has any of the following condition. One is visual acuity not exceeding 6/18 or less than 20/60 and up to 3/60 in better eyes with best possible correction, and limitation of visual field of vision subtending the angle less than 40 degree up to 10 degree. Next is hearing impairment. Hearing impairment is a partial or total inability to hear. It is subdivided in two categories, deaf and hard of hearing. Deaf means the person having 70 decibel hearing loss in speech frequency in both the ears, and hard of hearing means persons having 60 decibel to 70 decibel hearing loss in speech frequencies in both ears. Leprosy cured persons. Leprosy, also known as Hansen's disease or HD, is a chronic infection caused by a bacteria, Mycobacterium leprae. It may cause deformity in hand and foot and become a disability for the patient. Next is locomotor disability. Locomotor disability means the problem in moving from one place to another, such as disability in the legs, but in general it is taken as disability related with the bones, joints and muscles. It causes problem in person's movement like walking, picking something or holding the things in the hand. Next is dwarfism. Dwarfism means it is a growth disorder characterized by shorter than the average body height. Seventh is intellectual disability. Intellectual disability, also known as general learning disability and mental retardation or MR. This condition is characterized by significant limitation both in intellectual functioning, reasoning, learning, problem solving and in adaptive behavior, which covers a range of everyday social and practical skills. Next is mental illness. Mental illness or mental disorder is also known as disorders of thinking, mood, perception, orientation or memory that grossly impairs the judgment, behavior and capacity to recognize reality or ability to meet the ordinary demands of life. Next is autism spectrum disorder or ASD. Autism spectrum disorder is a neurological and developmental disorder which affects communication and behavior. Autism affects overall cognitive, emotional, social and physical health of the affected person. Next type of disability is cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy is a disabling physical condition in which muscle coordination is impaired due to damage to the brain. It occurs at or before the birth of child. Cerebral palsy is a non-progressive condition, means it does not get worse with the time. Cerebral palsy affects body movement and muscle coordination. Muscular dystrophy. Muscular dystrophy is a group of neuromuscular genetic disorders that causes muscle weakness and overall loss of muscle mass. People with muscular dystrophy have incorrect and missing information in the genes which prevent them from making the proteins they need for healthy muscles. Muscular dystrophy is a progressive condition, means it gets worse with the passage of time. Chronic neurological conditions. Chronic neurological conditions such as Alzheimer's disease or dementia, Parkinson's disease, dystonia, Huntington's disease, neuromuscular disease, multiple sclerosis, epilepsy, stroke, they can lead to disability. So they comes under this type. Next is specific learning disabilities. These are a group of conditions wherein there is a deficit in processing the language, spoken or written, that may manifest itself as a difficulty in comprehension, speaking, reading, writing or spelling, or to do mathematical calculations. And they also include such conditions as perceptual disabilities, dyslexias, dysgraphia, dyscalculia, dyspraxia and developmental aphasia. Multiple sclerosis. In multiple sclerosis, it is an autoimmune disorder. The immune system of our body attacks the central nervous system. As a result of MS or multiple sclerosis, the myelin sheath covering of the neuron gets damaged. This exposes the nerve fibers and causes problems in information flow through the nerves. With time, MS can cause permanent damage to the nerves. Speech and language disability. A permanent disability arising out of conditions such as laryngotomy or aphasia affecting one or more components of speech and language due to organic or neurological causes. Thalassemia. Thalassemia is a genetically inherited blood disorder which is characterized by the production of less or abnormal hemoglobin. Thalassemia results in large number of red blood cells being destroyed, which leads to anemia. As a result of anemia, person affected with thalassemia will have pale skin, fatigue, dark coloration of the urine. The patient needs periodic blood transfusion in thalassemia. Next type of disability is hemophilia. Hemophilia is a blood disorder characterized by the lack of blood clotting factors. In the absence of these factors, bleeding goes on for a longer time than normal. Due to the bleeding, patient becomes anemic, which affects his daily life badly. Sickle cell disease. Sickle cell disease is a group of blood disorders that causes red blood cells to become sickle-shaped. The oxygen carrying capacity of such abnormal RBCs reduces significantly because it is generally genetically transferred disease, and because due to abnormality they contain less hemoglobin, and when they contain less hemoglobin, oxygen carrying capacity is decreases. Multiple disabilities including deaf and blindness. In this group, the multiple disabilities occur simultaneously with two or more disability conditions. Example, deafness and blindness together that affect learning or other important life functions. These disabilities could be a combination of both motor and sensory nature. Acid attack victims. An acid attack victim means a person disfigured due to the violent assault by throwing acid or similar corrosive agents. This disfigurement may include any body part such as mouth, hand, leg, etc. And last type is Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease is a central nervous system disorder which affects movement. Parkinson's disease is characterized by tremors and stiffness. It is a progressive disease, means it worsens with time. Disability needs special care. People with disability need special care. One of the major goals of nursing today should be the prevention of disabilities and care of people with disability effectively. This requires promoting the healthy lifestyle and encouraging the use of safety and disease prevention measures. Because when we are able to prevent the disease, we can also able to prevent the disabilities due to that particular disease. Teaching strategies and the teaching materials should be adapted to the individual patient so that the patient and family can understand and follow the recommendations from healthcare providers. We must understand that chronic illness management is a collaborative process between the patient, family, nurse, and other healthcare providers. We should also understand that people with disabilities have the right to access the healthcare that is equal in quality to that of the other people. All clinics, hospital rooms, offices, restrooms, laboratories, and imaging facilities should be accessible to the people with disabilities. While providing care, do not make assumptions about what a person can do or cannot do. Do not push a person's wheelchair or grab the arm of someone walking with disability without first asking if he or she needs assistance. When speaking for more than a few minutes to a person who is sitting in the wheelchair, try to find a seat for yourself so that two of you are at same eye level. When giving directions to the people with mobility limitation, consider the distance, weather conditions or environmental condition, physical obstacles such as stairs, curves or any curb or steep hills. It is appropriate to touch the person's arm lightly when you speak to the visual disabled person so that he or she knows to whom you are speaking or he or she is speaking. Before you start speaking. First touch and inform. Face the visual disabled person and speak directly to him or her. Use a normal tone of voice and do not leave without saying that you are leaving. While communicating with hearing disabled person, make sure that you have attention of the person to whom you are addressing. A wave or light touch to the arm or shoulder or other visual or tactile signal are appropriate ways to getting the person's attention. Talk to people with speech disability as you would talk to anyone else. Be friendly, start up a conversation, be patient. It may take person a while to answer. Allow extra time for communication. Speak in your regular tone of voice and keep your manner encouraging rather than correcting. Careful planning with the patient or disabled client to ensure that hospital room is arranged with their input enables them to manage as independently as possible. Health education classes on nutrition and weight management are extremely important to the people who are wheelchair bound and need assistance in transfer. Thank you students for watching this video. You can subscribe the channel for latest updates of such videos. You can like Facebook page, and for making your notes don't forget to visit mynursingstudents.blogspot.com. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram and join Facebook group Nursing Notes. Thank you. Have a nice day.